Hello, Daynol. Thank you for joining today's Gesto's talk show and welcome to Gesto International. This is Ralph and I'm from India. Mr. Daynol, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Good morning over there. Here is evening, but we have some hours of difference. That's
Oh, so
that.
it's evening. What's the time now in your country, Cuba?
Right now, I it's 22:42. I think it's close to 11 p.m. It's 15
11 p.m.
minutes. Yeah,
It's
close
going
to
to
11.
hit midnight. All
Yes.
right. It's 9:15 a.m. in India morning. Can you please introduce yourself briefly?
Yes, of course. My name is Daynol. My full name is Daynol Arzola Fuentes. I am from Cuba. I live in Artemisa, which is a province very close to the capital, Havana. I live exactly in Maria municipality that is very known for having the zone of development. Maybe you search in the internet and you can find some information about it. I am 27 years old. I graduated almost 4 years ago from the teacher training college. I studied in Artemisa. I graduated with a bachelor degree in English language education and also student, but in the French Alliance. I study French language. Right now I am in the second semester of B2 level.
Very good. Thank you so much. It was a nice introduction. Anyway, Mr. Daynol, what do you like to do at your free time? I mean, your hobbies.
Well, okay. I have many hobbies. I used to have many hobbies before COVID situation. But I changed some of them. I used to like, for example, walking because I thought that is a really good exercise. Walking, I don't know, maybe walking in my town and walking to having no way to go. I also like to read. I really like reading in general. Writing poems is another of my hobbies. I like to write in general, but most of the time I like to write my own poems and dedicate them to the people I love. I don't know, maybe
Writing
other
poems. Wow, striking.
writing
So,
poems.
what type
Yeah.
of poem do you write normally?
I normally write love poems, but also I also poems related to my country, my culture, languages. For example, someone says me, "Please, can you write me some poem related to this?" And I say, "Yeah, why not?" So I do it. I put. Sometimes I have the ideas. I just write them, and sometimes it rhymes. Sometimes it doesn't. But I try to do it. Sounds really good.
That's good. So, you are a poet. Anyway, when you write poems, you can express your thoughts, emotions, and your feelings, the information, message. So, it will reflect the reader's mind and heart. They will deeply influence on your words and your expressions. So, how many poems did you write so far? How many poetry?
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an exact. I don't know the exact number, but I started writing my first poem. I wrote it when I was only 4 years old, I think, and right now I'm 27. So I imagine that I have a lot. My first poems were dedicated to my mother, which is she is the reason of my life. I think that mothers um,
So,
are everything.
was the poem about mother or love, affection,
Yes,
care?
no, it
Can you
was
please tell
the,
something about that?
the
The maiden poem, your first poem.
it was like a mixed between all the things you mentioned before. It was a love poem dedicated to my mother. In that point, I told her um, all about my feelings, about how I felt about being her son, how proud I was, and how proud. And she said, "Oh my God, it's not possible because he's only 4 years old. How's that possible?" But I was a kid that really liked to read, so I read about everything, and in that way, I had many ideas in my hand, so I could use it on my point. So it was a love point, but it was also a mother. Like the I describe the meaning of the word mother with my own words.
As a writer, you might read a lot of poetry. So, can you please tell me your favorite writers in English?
Uh, mm, in general, I like most of the poetry I read is in Spanish. Um, I also like to read another poetry in English, but it's just one day
So,
or two. But
so you can talk about Spanish writers. Let me know some Spanish writers.
yeah, yeah. For example, here in Cuba, we had Nicolás Guillén. I don't know if you know him. We also have Jose Marti. Jose Marti is very known for being one of he was a poet, but he was also a politician, someone very important in our history. But in general, he had poems related to everything. Dedicated to her mother. That's why I made my first poem related to that, because I don't remember how the poem was, but he used to make poems dedicated to her mother, her sisters, um, and other poems related to the country in general, about how important was to fight for your country, because it's like our duty. Um,
Thank you so much for giving the information. I heard a great leader in Cuba. He was lawyer, politician, and great motivator. So you might lost him in 2008. His name was Fidel Castro. So can you please tell something about the great leader Cuban leader?
Yes, sure. Fidel Castro was I would like to say that he was a revolutionary leader because he fought for Cuban freedom. In general, he was also someone who he had many possibilities in life because he was not poor, but he tried to make a revolution devoted to poor people, in which he tried to create a socialism like a social system in which he tried to um, put all the resources to be available for the whole community, the whole country, no matter if they had money or if they didn't have it.
All right. In Cuba, what's your mother language, your mother tongue?
Yes, our mother tongue is Spanish because our history is related to Spain history. When many years ago, when Colon said that he discovered Cuba, but he didn't discover Cuba because Cuba was already discovered. He
Sorry,
was the
who
first one
discovered?
in the colonization.
Sorry, who discovered?
Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus.
Columbus. Oh, I know Columbus. I
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah,
Yes,
I heard about
in
him and
Spanish we
I read
call
about
him
him.
Cristobal Colón.
So you speak Spanish. Your mother tongue is Spanish. So Cuba is North America. It's situated in South America or North America, where
Uh,
it is
it's
exactly situated, or the continent.
it's situated in South America. It's in the Caribbean, and it's an island. You know, it doesn't have any frontiers with any another country. That's why it's an island. It's surrounded by the sea. You can see the sea in each part is 90 miles to the south of the United States. You can go to places like United States, but you should go on a boat or on a ship. But now it is impossible, or also going by plane, but it is impossible if you try to do it because you don't have an earth to go. That's why we are an island as very close to Dominican Republic and in Haiti. That is,
So
no.
what
Mhm.
are the neighboring countries? Your neighboring countries?
um, so sorry,
I'm
can you
I'm
ask the question? Okay.
yeah, sure. I'm asking you, what are the neighboring countries? Your nearest countries, bordering countries.
Yes, well, as I said before, we have some close places, but they are not considered as our frontiers because of we don't have a land very close to us. But we have United States in one of the which is not only 90 miles to Cuba. I think that is one of the closest places. We also have from the here you have Pinar del Rio, that is the this in this part of the country, but in this part we have Guantanamo, and Guantanamo is very close to Haiti. It's I don't know the quantity of kilometers, but it's very close to Haiti, and Haiti is also very close from Dominican Republic. I think other countries are Mexico. Mexico is not so far from our place.
India, Pakistan, sorry, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, then even China. These are, borders with India, neighboring countries. Like that, can you say some country names? One you said United States. Then is it Haiti? Haiti near to your country, your neighboring
Uh,
country? Haiti.
well,
No,
no, I think it is not because
it's
as
quite
we are
far.
an island, as we are
Mm-mm.
an island, we don't have a clear country that is very close. As you say, for example, I go on a ride and go to that country. It's impossible. It's the same thing that happens for example, you are in Dominican Republic, and Dominican Republic is has frontiers with Haiti, because it is two countries, but in one island. But Cuba is only one country. We also have an special municipality,
Yeah,
and we are separated by this municipality from coast. It's called La Isla de la Juventud, the island of youth, to call it in one way. And but it's not another country. It's part of our country and very close to us. It belongs to our country, but if you go from that place to another place in Cuba, you will have to take a plane or take a ship,
sure.
because the other way is impossible.
Mr. Daynol, why I'm asking these questions? It's quite strange for me. I don't know actually, geography and about continents. That's why I'm asking. So, anyway, thank you for giving me the information. So, I'm getting new information. So, my brain is getting filled with information. Anyway, you speak Spanish as your mother tongue. What are the other languages can you speak?
Um, well, as you said, Spanish is my mother tongue. I started learning English when I was a kid, because my mother bought me video games, and I started. As you know, many of the video games were in English, and I asked my mother. She knew some English words, and I asked him, "What's the meaning of a star game? And what's the meaning of this and this and this?" And I started learning some words, and I started feeling the passion for English. Then I started as a major. So right now I think that I have a C1, C1 level. Some people say I have a C1 level. I like to be modest and say I have a B2. The other language I am able to speak is French, because I have been studying French for close to 5 years in the French Alliance. Yeah, it's located in Havana City, maybe 60 kilometers from my place. It is not so close, but I go there since I have been French student for 5 years. I'm trying to get my diploma, my B2 certification in French. It's called DELF. Um, DELF is like how, I don't know how to translate it to English, but is like a French language diploma, something related to that, like a certification you make in French, but it's valid in the whole world. You can use your knowledge in China, in Russia, in whatever you go, if you are going to work with a language. I also speak some Italian, but just the basics. I'm trying to get it uh, better, because I want to know Italian too.
What about Korean, Chinese, and Russian languages?
Well, I have some respect for that kind of languages. Mm, maybe for someone who speaks Chinese or Cantonese, they say, "Yeah, I would like to learn Korean because I think that they have some points of contact. They have some similarities, but I consider my language very close from even from Russian or from German. Mm, if I study another one, um, I would like to improve my Italian, but then I would like to do the same with Portuguese.
So you are capable of handling English, Spanish, French, right?
Yes,
And Italian a little
some
bit.
a little bit of Italian.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you please tell me some sentences in French with translation in English? Because French is Greek to me.
Okay. In French, we can say, for example, um, qu'est-ce que vous êtes en train de faire? What are you what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Qu'est-ce que vous êtes en train de faire? Because
Can you
French
repeat
is
very
qu'est-ce
slow?
que vous êtes qu'est-ce que
Qu'est-ce que
vous êtes
busque?
qu'est-ce que vous êtes en train de faire?
Qu'est-ce que
Uh,
vous êtes en train de faire? Wow, it's totally difficult for me. I
no,
can't.
but it has when I started learning French, I had to. Our teacher told us, um, for the ones who, for example, me, I am an English teacher, but in my classroom there was some translators and interpreters, and the professor said to all of us, please stop with your English accent. You have to forget your English accent if you wanna speak French, because French you have to use it with your nose. You be qu'est-ce que vous êtes en train de faire? Je vais something simple, much more simple.
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait
For
avant?
example,
I
okay, no
can't
problem, no
anyway.
problem.
So can I ask you another sentence? How are you? What is the French translation? How are you?
Uh, comment allez-vous?
Comment allez-vous?
Comment allez-vous?
Comment allez-vous?
Perfect.
Thank you. Then I'm fine. I'm okay. What is the French translation? I'm fine.
Uh, je vais bien.
Sorry?
Je vais bien.
Je vais bien.
Je vais bien.
Je vais bien. Right?
Right. You did it
Okay.
great.
Then can you please tell me what is that French translation of I am going? I'm going.
Yes, I am going. Je suis en train de. Je suis en train de. En train de is like going to. It's like a close. You use it to a close future. To a close future, you say, je suis en train. No,
Je suis
no, sorry,
embrassé.
no, sorry. No. No, I was mixing both. No, entrande is because French has some difficult grammar. Entrande is like present continuous. Sometimes it is also for a close future. You know, present continuous. Also in English, you sometimes use it for a close future, and in French happens the same. Sometimes is je suis entrande. It's for a close future, but also you can use je vais pas je vais pas
You can say I'm going to university or I'm going to market or
I'm going to
any
the
place. I'm going to hospital or any.
I'm going to hospital. Je vais aller uh, à l'hôpital.
Je vais aller hôpital.
Okay, it was excellent.
Thank you so
It
much.
was
You know, you are a good teacher anyway. So what about English language? What do you say about English language? Do you like English? I think you are
yes.
graduated in English language and literature, and you are an English teacher too. Am I right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
so uh, can you say something about English language?
Sure, I can say many things about English language. English became my passion, as I said before, many years ago. But when I was close to select my major, I said I don't know what to study, but my mother and my father they told me, why don't you study English? Because we saw how good you were with English language. I said yes, so why not? And when I started learning it, I discovered like I discovered a whole new word. Mm, I thought that learning a new language, it means that you also learn a new culture, a new way of thinking. You also become much more human. You become much more human. You are able to break, like, you are able to break frontiers because without English, for example, you and I cannot be talking right now because you speak in Hindi. I think it's Hindi, no? Hindi.
Not Hindi.
And
Our national language is Hindi. It's okay, but unfortunately, I don't know Hindi much. You know, my mother tongue is Malayalam. Can you pronounce Malayalam?
Malayalam.
If you want,
That's
I will teach you
Malayalam.
2 or 3 words, sentences in Malayalam.
Okay, okay. I will try.
I'm going in English. It's translation
Mhm.
in Malayalam. ഞാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. ഞാൻ
Oh
പോവുകയാണ്.
my, the jump for the oh, it's so difficult. So
It sounds
difficult for
so
me.
difficult for you, yeah. Then another one.
Uh,
How are
okay, okay.
you? How are you? Translation Malayalam. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സുഖമാണോ? നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സുഖമാണോ?
Ninalke Sukamanu.
Very good. You are a good student. And the final,
Okay, okay.
thank you. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നന്ദി.
Menil Kanani.
നിങ്ങൾക്ക്
Ninilke.
നന്ദി.
Ninilke Nani.
Very good. Okay. So, you know, people in the world from different countries, they are aspire to learn English. Why do they learn English? There are many other languages. You know, Spanish is an international language, and Italian, Arabic, there are French, there are many languages. Why people learn English? Even some people don't give importance for their mother tongue. They are giving much more importance to English. So what do you think about importance of learning English in this technology world?
Well, I think that much more right now that we are in this the pandemic came opened in a whole new world, much more related to technology because of the whole time using screen. Um, where English became really really important because of the all the information, many information you can find on Google if you are making a like any task. Most of the time the information is in English, and if you are studying and making a new study, for example like an engineer, you are not going to see the manual or the rules to use some new equipment is in English. And if you are going to hold like an international event, you have to do it in English. And if, for example, if someone from China wants to talk to someone from Argentina, they're going to use English because that's why I consider that it's really important, and not taking the importance of the rest of the languages, but English still being the international one.
So English is a significant language in the world. It plays a crucial role in various area like education, business, sports, film industry, and entertainment. You know, if you watch a television, for example, football or cricket match, the referee or the commentary will be will be announcing everything in English. So that's a common language. So do you like football, or what's your favorite game or sport?
My favorite sport is baseball. Baseball, because as you know, maybe it's our national sport. I also like football, but it's not the same passion that I feel when I see baseball. I would say that football is the second one. The second one, soccer. I'm talking about
You
soccer.
know,
Not Amer- Mhm.
India's national game or sport is hockey, but I don't know how to play hockey.
Oh.
I'm fond of cricket and football. And do you like chess or any other indoor games? Snookers,
Mm,
golf, or swimming? Are you interested in those games or sport items?
sometimes I play chess, but I'm not very good. I'm not very good in chess. Some people told me why not, if you are able to speak many languages, why are not able to win in chess? And I said, I don't. I'm able to move any piece in the game, but I'm not able to win a game. Sometimes if someone says me, please, can we make a chess match? And I say, yeah, why not? But I'm not very good.
So basketball is popular in your country.
Yes, sometimes it's not the most popular, but we have some tradition about basketball. We have like our league. We have a basketball league. Any province has a team.
Oh, you said the national sport of Cuba is baseball?
Baseball. Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was basketball because
Yes, sir.
it's quite similar, the sound.
Oh
Anyway,
no.
do you like music and movies? Are you a movie buff or music buff? Addicted?
Yeah, yes. Movies and music also. both of them. But I like music more. I love rock music in general. I also like to listen hip hop, rap. I don't, for example, and also the old rock and roll like Elvis Presley, all those bands from the 60s or 70s, all those popular bands that so, some people consider that that's not a kind of music for a young person, but I consider this very good if you wanna relax.
Very good. It sounds great. Anyway, do you enjoy traveling?
Yes, I enjoy traveling, but from this from from the past, since now I haven't been able to travel out of my country, but I'm planning to do it this year or the next one in order to have new experiences. I travel a lot here in my country. We go a lot to the capital, to Havana.
What are the countries you have visited already?
Uh, no, I haven't visited any country yet. I want to visit. I'm going to visit this year maybe Dominican Republic because it's a place where my father lives.
Dominican Republic, yeah. I have some friends over there. It's close to Cuba.
Yes, it's not too close, but it's close.
Are you
It's
interested in
not.
politics?
No, I'm not. I'm not interested in politics. I
Can
consider
you
something.
can you say names of some politicians in your country?
Well, I uh, I think that our politicians are the same. Most of them are militaries in general. Raul Castro, I think, is one of the politicians right now. He's retired, but he's still being one of the bosses. Also, Ramiro Ramiro Valdez. Um, our president, of course, is another politician. Um,
Who is your president? I don't know.
our president's name is he is called Diaz-Canel.
Okay.
It's called in that way. You can search it on Google.
Yeah. So, what are the major political parties in your country, Cuba?
We have only one party, only one. It's called the Communist Cuban Party. In Spanish, we call it PCC.
What about
Because
Marxist Party, Marxism?
no,
Have you
no,
heard
we
of
don't.
Karl Marx, Che Guevara?
Mm, no, I haven't. I haven't.
No. Okay. And what about the the government in your country? Can you say something about the government system?
Mm, yes, the government has like a socialist system, and is right now changing many things because of the necessity of creating some enterprises, because we didn't have many rights in that part of having enterprises. Right now we are changing that way of thinking with our president is trying to make a like a reformation of some laws that were very, how can I say, obsolete. We are trying to make changes in that, creating new job opportunities.
Are you happy with the government, the present government?
Yes, I think that everyone has mm, I think that not everyone is happy with everything, but in general, I think that we have the most important things. We have peace. For example, when we go on the street, um, we can we can go out at night, and no one is going to kill us. That happens in some places, unfortunately. Mm, the thing I like the most is having peace for me and also for my family.
Good. If we talk about film industry, Collywood, Mollywood, Tollywood, Hollywood, Bollywood, so
Mhm.
and many. So, do you like watching movies? Would you prefer to watch movies on television or on YouTube or any other applications?
Mm, I really I really like to watch movies in general. It doesn't matter where I watch them, but if it's a big movie like a 1 hour or 2 hour movie or more than one, I prefer to watch it on TV because of it is very good for our eyes if we watch it on a cell
And
phone.
the data.
Yeah,
you you
the
require
data.
much data for watching 3 hours movie.
Yes, it is better to download it download it to your computer or your cell phone, and then you put it into a pen drive, and then put it on the computer or in the TV set, and you can watch it. And also the screen and your eyes don't suffer.
What about the internet connection in your place, in your city? Are you satisfied with that connectivity, internet connection?
Mm, uh, most of the time we have good internet connection. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not so good. It depends on the quantity of people who are connecting. Sometimes there are many people trying to connect, and that becomes much more difficult. We have a data connection. Data connection is very very fast. Wi-Fi is not so fast, but we are trying to make it better.
Yeah,
Um,
Mr.
oh,
Daynol, would you like
mhm.
to follow British English or American English? You said data, that is British English. So let me know your interest.
Well, when I started learning with American methods. And in general, most of the movies I watched are American movies because they are closer to us, and they make, I think, much more interesting movies than British people. But I I like both. I like both. I speak American English because I consider it's the one who makes
I think
me
you
speak.
I think you would
Mhm.
like to be a neutral accent. You would like to follow a neutral accent, not
Yes.
either American or British. Because, in British English, that is data, whereas American English, data. We say dance, but we have to say dance. Dance, American English, British English, dance. So there are many differences in these two regions. So you are a teacher. Can you please share something about your teaching experience? Maybe you worked in several institutions or college or schools. Can you please tell the experience of working in in an institution?
Sure. I started teaching many years ago. I still young, but I started teaching when I was my first lesson. I taught it when I was only 19 years old, and it was in 2013. My first experience was with teenagers when I was only 20. Sorry, when I was 19, but then the official lesson was when I was 20. They were close to my age, so the lesson was difficult in general. Then I have the possibility of working as a teacher assistant. Like I was only 22 that time. I was in fourth year, but I had the possibility like making my practices, my teacher training practices in the same university I studied. I had that possibility. It was excellent. Then I graduated in 2018, and I worked my first work job as was in pre-university. Some places they call it preparatory or institute. In Cuba, we call it pre-university, like the place you go before college. Since 2020, I started working in Artemisa University, but how can I say this? In the local place of our university. In, um, I really like working in this place because I work the whole time with adults. The younger students I have, they are 18 or 19, 20.
So still are
Um,
you working in school?
yes, I'm working in university, but
Do
um,
you enjoy teaching? Is it
yes,
your passion?
I love it. I love it. I love teaching. I really like
Why?
teaching.
Why do you love teaching?
I consider that teaching is the profession that makes another professions, because without a teacher there is not possible to have new teachers, to have new engineers, to have new, I don't know, any profession needs to be, any professional needs to be taught, and not only a professional, someone in any
A
place in
teacher,
any. Mhm.
yeah, that's a
Oh.
noble profession. Teaching is a noble profession which
Mhm.
makes other professions like if there is no teacher, there is no doctor. If there is no teacher, there is no farmer. If there is no teacher, there is no engineer. There is no sculptor. There is no police. There is no army officer. All the professions, careers are being trained by teachers. So teachers are doing excellent job. So what would you like to the classes I like to ask you about the grade, the age group. Would you like to teach children or adults or teachers?
Mm, well, some I'm always making. For example, right now I'm teaching some adults from 20 to 30, 32 or 35. I also had a student of 45 because they were like adult education. They are making a bachelor degree, but they are workers. You know, there's another modality. But the kind of teaching that I prefer the most is preparing new English teachers, because I can be fluent the whole time. I don't need to. Sometimes, if you don't work in that level, you need to use your mother tongue in order to clarify things. And I don't like to do it. Simple. I don't like to do it. If I start teaching an English lesson, I would like to keep English the whole lesson. In with children, it's beautiful to teach children, but you cannot use English the whole time. You only can use it sometimes, and then you use Spanish. It's the only inconvenient I see. That's why I
You're
never.
right. You're right. Teaching children is quite interesting and fun. We can teach them songs, drama, role play, dialogues, many more. It's possible for children, but for adults, there are many limitations. They won't come to the mainstream. They won't act, they won't dance, they won't sing. They'll have hesitation to do those activities. Teaching English must be through interesting activities, recreations, or entertainment. So, how do you teach English? Normally, what are the methods do you teach in English?
Mm, well, I teach. How can I say this?
Do you teach grammar, or you simply give them activities? How do you teach them? If you are
No.
teaching children, if you're teaching
Mhm.
children, how do you
Okay.
teach them?
I prefer when I'm working with children to first of all I present the lesson. I give the content. Maybe it's vocabulary or it's grammar, but I try to do it with communication in general. For example, I teach them some new vocabulary and then teach them grammar structure, and then I make them interact. But I tell them, please, let's make again. This is going to be team A or team B or team one, team number two, and it's like a competition. You receive the lesson. Right now, it's time for you to use the knowledge you already got. So please answer to this question. And I made the question. They answer to me. I write the points, and at the end, I give them some like I don't know. I used to make them some gifts. My gifts were poems. I really liked like a way of stimulating, because that level is motivation is really important.
I believe, when you teach children, just give them some games. They'll be very interested in doing those games, and automatically they'll start learning English. So I believe that is the best method to teach English. Even adults, it's possible, but it's not possible always. So I teach children like using these kinds of entertainment, fun activities. Anyway, do you sing?
Well, I'm not very good. I'm not a very good singer. When I use a song, I use another one
Do you
song,
teach?
like
Do you
I
teach
use
songs?
Adele or the Beatles.
Do you teach
Yes,
songs?
I teach with songs, but I use them. I use the songs to improve grammar and vocabulary.
If you give the script or the lyrics of a song on a printed sheet, you distribute or supply to the children and play the music on DVD or on the computer or laptop. And if you give them a practice and if you tell them to sing or to practice, they'll do that in an amazing way. And they'll be interestingly complete that task. At the same time, you can also lead by singing. Do you like?
Yeah, I like that kind of activities. Yes, that I do it with special. There are special songs. There is a song for the alphabet. There is another one that is about greetings. About you can find many of these material on YouTube. You go to YouTube right now and you put the content you need. You just put there need this and you download the song. Mm, but those songs are really useful because they also have a like a visual part. So, for example, when in the alphabet, when they say A, and with in that way they can see that A, they can see the in the screen how A is written, and they can infer that, so you don't have to use your mother tongue. They learn it because they were able to see it and also to listen to the pronunciation.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. So, singing songs in English classrooms will help children to comprehend, to get the real experience of listening. So, listening is very important. There are many rhymes, poem, and songs available on YouTube. So, it can be used whenever it is required. I'm talking about the real classroom. Some teachers are merely teaching the textbook and the syllabus. The teachers are just preparing the students to attend the exams and attaining, achieving great score. It's not teaching. So teaching teachers are not real teachers. Some teachers will kill children by teaching more and more. Even the bell rang, they'll continue teaching. They won't give chance to they won't give children uh, to go outside. They never allow to go outside even for for break time or interval time. Still they'll proceed teaching. So those teachers are killing the hearts of the brain of the children. We have to enjoy teaching. At the same time, children have to enjoy their learning process. So if they don't get happiness in learning, that's not that's not real teaching. So the real teaching is inspire the little hearts. We have to inspire them. So sometime our words may be inspired or influenced. That is real teaching. So dear Daynol, can you say something about your city?
Yes, my the city where I live is called Artemisa, and it's close to Havana. It's mm, it is it was from it was we had some years ago we were like a second Havana. We had two Havanas in Cuba. We had like the city, Havana City, and we had the other Havana that was the one in the to call you in a way like the countryside Havana. But then we changed it. We put only one Havana, the capital, and then this province where I live um, was created, and it's called Artemisa. It's the name of one of the gods of I think that in mythology you can see the god Artemisa. That's why the name came. I live exactly in Mariel. That is the municipality. It is not considered a city because the city is bigger than that. This place is surrounded by coast. It's also surrounded by coast, and well, you can see the sea. If you walk just 2 or 3 blocks, you can see the sea, and that's really good.
Very good. Do you like learning new skills? What are the skills would you like to boost up or enhance?
Yeah, I'm always trying to learn new things. I consider that one day, if I don't if I don't learn new things, I consider that that day was not um, was one day to to be forgotten. So I need to learn something new. It doesn't matter if it's in English or if it's in also in my own language in Spanish. I learn new words every day, and not only with that, also how to be a better human being is another skill that I think that everyone in this world needs to needs to try needs to master every day that skill, because being a good human being mm, is the most important thing.
All right. What's your dream? Every human being has a dream, maybe short-term dream or long-term dream. So, what's your ultimate goal in your life? And you can also say about your short-term goals.
Sure. My shorter goals are related to getting my B2 certification in French, also becoming a certified translator interpreter. That's one thing that I'm trying to get some things 2 years ago. I have been studying for that. My long-term goals are, for example, I don't know, working for an important association as an English teacher or as a English and French to Spanish translator and interpreter. But no matter what I do with but representing to an important association, no matter if it's from my country and or from an international association. Traveling, I think that is what everyone would like to do. Going, I don't know, maybe going to the Great Britain, the United Kingdom. In general, it would be a very good dream to accomplish.
Very good. So, Mr. Daynol, do you like science?
Well, not. And I was good when I studied sciences some years ago, but as I decided to study languages and have a life related to languages and education, I didn't continue with that passion. But was very good in the subjects related to sciences, biology, biology in general. I was not very good in chemistry and physics, but in biology I was really good. But that was not my choice. So we had we have sometimes we have to make choices because we cannot be everything.
So biology is your most interesting subject in science. Well, science is completely dealing with experiments, diseases, and even if you check your temperature, or if you check the blood, it is also part of science. So science has great impact in our life. And what about COVID-19 in your Cuba? The condition
Um,
of COVID-19, Omicron. Is there Omicron? Any cases reported?
yes, but you can see right now that the people are feeling better in general because we don't have the situation we used to have 1 year ago. We started to have cases when the pandemic situation started in 2020. Um, we decided to close the frontiers. We decided no more traveling to any place, no more, because we were trying to take care of us. First of all, our main activity is tourism. So you can imagine how difficult was that, but we did it. And right now, the whole population is vaccinated. Almost the whole population is vaccinated, and we people are not dying. In general, people are not dying. Um, they are recovering from COVID-19. Not all of them, of course. Some people die. Most of the time, old people they die. I would like to see the whole world with recovering from this nightmare because it has been a nightmare. Even in Cuba, we feel safe because right now we only see just a few cases a day. We still have cases because having the number zero, it would be impossible because sometimes we receive some people from other places and with they come here with a pandemic and they transmit it to other people.
So the dreadful situation is just passing by and it will go away. Anyway, we will get relaxation and we'll get relief indeed after some more days. It will be okay. Everything will be okay. India is getting better and the cases are just, reporting very less comparing to
That's
the
good.
last year. So, good news from different countries about COVID-19. Were you affected COVID-19 or your
Mm,
family, any member?
not in my case. Not in my case. Because I decided to stay home, and as
So,
I was mhm.
so your family also stayed at home and they were not affected COVID-19, right? They
Yes,
were safe. Still, they are
only
safe.
only one member of my family got affected, and I was my cousin. My cousin, she was 13 years old when she was infected, but she got it because of she traveled to the capital city, and there the cases were growing in that moment. So when she came to our place, she was feeling not very good, and she started having the symptoms. They made the test, and she got positive.
Yeah.
She made the quarantine time inside inside her bedroom. She was in that place the whole day. My aunt was with a mask, and we tried to make everything good. I didn't get infected. My grandma didn't get infected. Mm, I think that we did it great, and she she recovered. She was
What
very
about
young.
your family members, their occupation, their profession? Is your mother working anywhere? And what about your father and your brother? What do they do for their
Um,
life, their living?
okay, my father is an engineer, geology geology engineer. Um, he doesn't live in Cuba. He lives in Dominican Republic. He's staying here right now. He has been here for some months, but he will return to Dominican Republic. He works there as a geology engineer. My mother is a doctor, but she develops as a
Is she a
professor.
doctor? Isn't she?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
she's a
good.
doctor. She's a doctor, but she works most of the time with students, teaching them. Mm, some of her students are students for becoming nurses and also to become doctors.
So all are
Um,
professionals, nurse,
mm,
doctor, you are
mhm.
teacher, and your father is a ship captain? What? Your father, engineer.
My father is an engineer. My aunt is a special. She's a specialist in physical culture
Mhm.
and everything related to sports. Both
Okay.
my
What
my
do the
aunt,
norm? Yeah, continue.
I was saying that my uncle and but also my aunt, both of them, they started the same. They started the same.
Very good. So, what do the common folks do for their living in your country normally? What do they work for? They the normal occupations or the normal jobs that done by common people in your country.
Well, I think that as in every country, we have people who works as welders, carpenters. Mm, those are like what people call simple people. I don't consider them simple because they are able to do things that we are not able to do. We also have, as in any country, we also have nurses, we have doctors, we have teachers. Some of them are graduated, some of them are not.
You know,
Uh,
in my country, some people are engrossed in fishing and they fish in sea or river, and so their life go. They sell the fish in the market, and some people work with furniture, wood, and some other. And some people are very much interested in online. You know, during this pandemic, online business and marketing are increasing day by day. So many people are staying at home and they are doing their works at their homes itself. So what about online jobs in your country?
we also started increasing that kind of jobs because we only had internet connection since 2015 or 2014. I think we are very new in that part, but Cuban people are really intelligent. We have internet since only 7 or 6 or 7 years, but we are able to do many things with our phones and also tablets and computers. With that, we started also making different marketing businesses, different from
Any
the. Some of them are different from the rest of the world. Some of them are like selling, some businesses related to selling.
you were talking about common jobs in your country. So what about online business in your country? Are you interested in online marketing or online business like that?
Yes, I am very interested in that topics. When the pandemic situation arrived, I decided to watch some tutorials on YouTube, and I said, why not learning new things to related to marketing? I started watching different courses, and I took some certifications. But my idea was taking that knowledge to my profession. I made a mix between marketing and the teaching of English, trying to learn new ways of selling my products. What product? Me, myself. I mean to sell myself as an enterprise, or sell myself as someone who can give different services. And also many people wanted to learn new things about marketing, and I taught them, because I had
Okay,
to learn new things. Okay.
so do you use technology for teaching? Because during this pandemic, everything is digitalized. Everything become digitalized. So what about technology in your teaching?
Technology helps a lot nowadays. Technology, if we have a cell phone, we are able to do everything. I think, because we search on YouTube, and we have available a video about everything, and it can serve as a motivation. But we can also download a PDF about everything if we don't know it. For example, a poster or a picture that can help you in your lesson. We have to remember that if we are face to face to the student the whole time, only speaking and speaking, the student is getting bored. It can be bored. But maybe we take some picture, and the student sees the picture. He's paying attention, and in that way we can take advantage of technology.
So with a mobile phone, we can do a lot in teaching. With one touch, we can just sense, or we can feel the hearts of our students.
Yes.
Okay, that is the positive side of this COVID-19. Anyway, Mr. Daynol, what else um, can I ask? So, what are the other interesting facts about you?
Mm, well, other interesting facts about me are related to translation and interpreting.
Oh,
Because
translation. Are you crazy about translation? Is it, are you doing it as a professional work or simply as your passion?
well, I when I finished my major was related much more related to teaching, and teaching and translation are not the same activity. They are related because they are both related to languages, but it's not the same activity. So I had to take some courses first of all before doing that activity for the first time. It's not the same knowing a language, being a bilingual person, than being a translator. After that, I had the opportunity of working as a translator interpreter for the first time in an enterprise in here in an enterprise. So I did another thing that was not related, but was related to my job, but not was not too close, and I did it good. In the future, I want to do it again because I really like this activity.
I think there is great demand or scope for interpreter translation works.
Yes, it is very demanded nowadays because of here in Cuba we are trying to expand to the rest of the world. If you search right now on Google, you can put Mariel Zone of Development, the place where I live, and there are many enterprises where there are many people from different places around the world, and they are trying to make some trades with Cuba, some contracts, and they need interpreters in order to facilitate communication. They need to, and that also makes much more people wanting to learn languages, because if they know a language, they can work with that language. They can use it not as interpreter, because interpreter requires a great range of language, but languages in general are very demanded, no matter for teaching, for interpretation, translation, businesses in general.
So for 2 years, we have been under COVID-19. We were the victim of COVID-19. Now, I think everything is satisfactory and getting better. In India, universities, colleges, and schools are reopening, and the classes on virtual classrooms are being shut, and the direct offline classes are started. What about Cuba, your country? Schools were are the schools and colleges reopened?
Yes, they reopened again since some months ago. They reopened since November 2021 because the situation went better. But we still send some activities using WhatsApp or using Moodle platform. But most of the time we're trying to use a face-to-face activities, but not, it's a new normal. It's not like we had before. For example, before we had 5 lessons, 5 days a week. Right now we have 3, because schools are limited, but and it's necessary to have a social distancing. So sometimes the professor applies like a different model of teaching, a different way of teaching, in which he or she sends, for example, some activities on WhatsApp. The students see the activity and see the material they study, and when they come to the lesson, they have an idea of what the lesson is going to be, and he also sends some material and some tasks, some homework.
So, Mr. Daynol, as a teacher, you are working in a college. How many teachers are working in your college? And
Um,
what do they belong to? They are Cubans, or are they from other countries? Is there anyone from out of Cuba?
no, no. In that in my university, no. In Havana, I think that they have some foreigners teaching there, and also in another language institutions. But in the place where I work, the professors are from the different places different places in the city. I work In the university, not all of them are English teachers. Some of them teach philosophy, psychology, pedagogy, all those subjects that are related to languages, but also with education.
So all the teachers are from Cuba itself. Nobody
Yes,
out of Cuba.
not in that. Yes, not in that institution.
Um, I'm not talking about during this pandemic, but in general, do you
Yes,
appoint do you appoint teachers from other countries or only from English speaking countries like UK, USA? You prefer to appoint those people?
mm, uh, well, I think that it's better when we have natives. When we have natives in general, they know English, but if it's a native teacher, it is better. Sometimes, some time ago, we took some courses with British Council. They came to Cuba. That was a very good experience. That was not an experience with, they didn't do that experience with all the students, but with some number of teacher assistants, the students who had some advantages. They came to Havana, and the people from Havana invited us to come there. We could see native English, natural English from the United Kingdom, and it was excellent. We developed some courses, and it was very good.
Have you
We
done any
accept.
course like certifications for teachers like TESOL, the IELTS or CELTA, Delta? Any certifications do you have?
No, no, not yet, no yet. I haven't taken that kind of certification, but I got 1 year of membership with IATEL, which is the International Association of Teachers of English as a foreign language. I got 1 year of membership, and I'm going to present my scholarship to attend their conference. I had taken some courses with them, but mm, I made also a publication. I published something in their magazine, but it is not finished. I will have until May in order to see my article published.
Okay. Can graduates teach in school or colleges in your country or postgraduated? Or what are the courses for teachers in your country?
Oh,
Here in India, it is
okay.
B.Ed, D.El.Ed, M.Ed. Those courses provide teachers training. So what are the courses which provide teachers training?
Well, we have the major right now has four years. The major was 5 years some time ago. I graduated in 5 years, but right now it's only four because the syllabus changed. Um, with that one, that certificate, that degree was called Bachelor in Education in foreign languages, English as a first language and French as the second one. With that certification, with that degree, you could teach in every institution, but according to your marks, that's your location. If you were really, really good, you and the rest of the teachers, the head of the department, the foreign languages department, if she says, for example, now that you are really good, we want you to stay here working with us, you can do it. We have also to make like a test. You have your degree, but you have also to make a test in order to become instructor. Instructor is like a category, the first category you have when you.
All right, all right. So, Mr. Daynol, it was a long introduction. Anyway, thank you for joining. So, we will see next time with another beautiful session. So, till then, bye bye.
Bye bye to you too.